Couchsurfing.org was the single most useful social network I found for solo traveling, meeting new friends, and becoming a local everywhere I went. Like Facebook, Couchsurfing has you create a profile about yourself. Once you create a profile, you can offer to host your spare bedroom or couch while you're at home, and you can also ask others to host you while you're traveling. So this is what my profile looks like right now. You need to create your own profile. Be creative. Upload some photos of yourself and then write a few essays so people can get a flavor of who you are. Make people want to be interested to get to know you. So Couchsurfing is the tool that I use to stay with locals around the world, but it's also a great tool to host other people from around the world. So to host people, once you're in the Edit Profile screen, you can click on the My Home tab. You don't need to host in order to stay with other people, but it's a great idea. Hosting is a good way to gain references, so others will see that you're trustworthy. Hosting is not only good for gaining references, but it's also a great way to meet other people from around the world as they come to stay with you. You'll find that as you show them around your town and live like a tourist in your hometown, that you'll rediscover some really cool things about your town that you've probably neglected in your day-to-day life. Also with hosting, you'll get to share your wonderful hometown with other people, and sharing is caring. Now, if you're worried about hosting creepers, there are a couple of things you can do. First off, if you're a woman, or I guess if you're a guy too, you can mark your profile to denote that you only host women or men. Secondly, there's the references section. Now, on Couchsurfing, references are more like testimonials than references. People usually don't leave bad references, so someone that has no references is either new at Couchsurfing or other people didn't have great experiences with them. And sometimes writing negative experiences is considered that you're complaining a lot, so that's why people don't do it. They just don't write a reference. So use your intuition, but a person with no references could be a red flag, so be aware of that. Now, when I visited Singapore, I once stayed with a guy that had no references. I usually didn't do that, but I was desperate. In the middle of the night, the dude put his hand on my crotch, and then later he tried to give me oral sex. Creeper. See, it's not just women who have these kinds of things happen, but it's not the norm. I stayed with over 50 different people on my trip around the world, and I only had a weird experience with a couple of them. And I look back at those experiences with some degree of fondness, and no, I didn't let the guy give me oral sex. Also, before you host or become a guest with someone, you might want to become Facebook friends with them. This could give you a better idea about the person before you allow them to come into your house or become willing to go into their house. So the big deal about Couchsurfing for travelers is not hosting, but surfing. If you have good references, you should be able to secure a host in just about anywhere in the world. When you surf, be sure to be a good guest. Have good manners, clean up after yourself, and most importantly, offer to spend time with your hosts. Nobody wants someone to show up at 3 in the morning after a long night of drinking only to pass out on the couch, use the bathroom in the morning, and then leave. If you plan on doing that, you might want to just stay at a hotel or a hostel that night. It's really bad Couchsurfing etiquette to treat your experience as a free hotel room. Couchsurfing isn't just about staying for free with people, it's about making new friends and sharing the friendship while you're together. There's a community spirit with Couchsurfing, and there are many Couchsurfing meetups all over the world. Also, Couchsurfing has some message boards and discussion groups on the website as well. It's more than just accommodations, it's a true social network. Now, there's usually an upfront time investment to Couchsurfing. I spent many hours requesting couches for my future destinations as my trip went along. I often sent anywhere from 30 to 50 requests in a given city. Keep this in mind, it could be a little bit of time and effort to couch surf in a long trip across many cities around the world, but it's totally worth it in the end if you have a system for requesting couches, which I'm going to present to you in the next lecture.